Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to today's Powerboost, From Adversity to Victory. Now, this can actually be a very nice direction for us in life. On the one hand, there are adversities in our lives, and adversities we mostly connect to certain situations, challenging situations, circumstances, problems, natural calamities, for example, problems, situations in relationships. And we speak of adverse situation when we also, so there's on the one hand something happening going on in the world around me, but then also there's something happening inside, and I experience this stress, peacelessness, unhappiness, hopelessness maybe. So unpleasant, challenging emotions, feelings within myself in relation to what is going on around me. So that's our typical perception of adversity. And on the other hand, there are victories. And victory is slightly different from being successful. Success, when we speak of success, we connect that more with external accomplishments, achievements, while victories relate more to internal, very individual internal experiences. And in essence, a victory, for example, we can say is if I'm able to remain, hold on to, choose to maintain, stay, use a form of love, expression of love in the face of challenge. It can be love, it can be respect, it can be kindness, compassion, qualities that we all like, wish, desire to receive. But we are not always able to give when there are certain challenging situations. And so if we are able to make that shift to remain positive in a moment of adversity, in a moment of provocation, in a moment of challenge, so that becomes an internal victory. And so how is it possible? How can we move and bring that shift from negative, from adversity to victory? And I find there is one key understanding, one key concept, idea that I need to be willing to connect with, explore, and make it part of my own self. And that whole idea is that, so one, there is this physical costume, physical body, our physical identity. But then when we connect to our more subtle identity, when we connect to our thoughts, our dimension of feelings, attitudes, intention, motives, our power to discern, to make decisions, choices in life, at this more subtle level, yes, there are also negative thoughts, positive thoughts, neutral thoughts, neutral and ordinary thoughts. However, when we go a little bit deeper, there is that whole idea that we are essentially positive beings, beings of goodness. And if I can give permission to myself to explore with that idea, with that concept, that at a much deeper level that I may not always or daily experience, At that level, there is almost an ocean of goodness. There is the essence of us is lovely, being clean, being honest, being respectful, kind, compassionate, happy, peaceful, joyful. Yeah. So the more I can embrace that idea, and the more I start to what we will do very soon, the more we experiment with that in form of meditation, for example, I start to experience it. And the more I experience it, the more I can, of course, the more it becomes a reality for myself. And I start to value, I start to be respectful towards myself. And consequently, of course, my worth is also connected to my inner goodness. And even if I'm open to embrace this idea, we may not experience that goodness all the time throughout the day. There are challenging moments, there are challenging times, not only moments, but times, can be days, weeks, maybe even months. But if I hold on to that idea, to that belief, if I have faith in myself that deep within I am a being of goodness, now that is one thing that will allow us to move more and more towards victory. If I connect with that idea that I'm a being of goodness, we will make choices on the road, on the way, that will take us closer to our victory. And these choices are connected to one rule of life, and it's connected to who we essentially are. And that rule, like every game has rules, life is a game. And so one rule is that if I compare myself, if I being critical of others, if I keep complaining, if I keep seeing what is not good, what should be, what should not be, and keep my energy constantly connected with the external, I'm disconnected from myself. I'm causing sorrow to myself. I'm causing harm to myself. And of course, also those around me. Because yes, there is a problem, there is a situation, but my own negativity now, if I respond with negative, in a negative way, if I myself become peaceless, then we are just adding to the problem. Plus, I am the one who will experience it first. If I get angry, first I am the one who experiences that anger. And to be angry, to feel angry is not a pleasure. And so that one rule in life is that each one of us is unique and special. And I need to connect back within, back to my own self. Let go of thinking about others, what I didn't get, what I should get, what someone should be like, what someone should not do, and so on and so forth. This is a way of thinking that is not very useful for us, for no one. And so to come back to my own self and face my own weaknesses, see what is it that where I can improve, where I can make things better by reconnecting and to the essence of who I am, reconnecting to the truth within me, having the faith that this is who I am. I am that light. Yeah. And start to use that more and more in your life. And of course, especially if there are situations that last for a longer time, well, actually, the more I respond from a negative way or in a negative way, the longer or to that much longer the situation also or circumstances will last. And so other qualities that are also essential on this journey, bringing that shift from adversity to victory is, for example, there are many qualities, but important is to have patience. Patience with the self, patience also with others, and acceptance, which is a form of love. Acceptance of the self, acceptance of what is in terms of people, situations, circumstances, and that gentle reminder and reconnection about my own essence and where I need to be and where I actually want to be. Okay, so let us move into a meditation. I take a few moments to gather my thoughts and prepare myself for a journey inward. As I'm mindful about my physical surrounding, my physical existence, for the next few moments, I would like to dive a little bit deeper into the understanding and experience of who I am. I become aware about this much more subtle dimension of thoughts. Yes, I have thoughts. I'm thinking. I have feelings. There are attitudes that I'm holding, intentions that I create, motives. There's a whole inner world that is very subtle, but very powerful. There's that saying that every action is preceded by a thought. Without thought, there cannot be any action. And as I turn within and start to explore my inner world, I might notice that there are many, many thoughts, many feelings. Maybe there's confusion. Maybe I feel a little bit distressed. Maybe I'm already thinking of what I will do later in the day. So I make an intention. The intention to be present in the moment so that I can actually enter through the portal of pure thought to my own light, the light of peace, the light of happiness. And in order for this portal to open, on the basis of love, I first of all accept myself, the thoughts that I have, or the feelings that are there, whatever I observe or I experience or know about myself, however I see myself. I use the power of acceptance and completely embrace myself. It is what it is. There's no judgment, but there's love. The purpose of looking within is to come to know and then choose. Is there anything within me that I would like to change? Or maybe I choose or find whatever is there, the thoughts that I have. This is the way to think. I'm happy with my inner world. But if I'm not so happy with my inner world, I have the power to choose. I have the power to create thoughts of love, of peace, of hope. I have the power to learn to think in a very healthy, encouraging, uplifting way about myself, so that I'm able to turn around every adversity into a victory. I let go of anger. I let go of hurt. I let go being upset. I let go of looking at others. I let go of being critical. Instead, I use self-acceptance. This is a form of having love for the self. Instead of avoiding, running away from myself, I have mercy, I have love, I have compassion. Acknowledge your inner powers. Power to think, the power to feel. And learn to think in such a way that there's only light and nothing but light. And I can take the help, the support of the one divine light, who is the ocean of beauty, love, peace, happiness. The one who actually inspires me to see myself in the same way, in the same light, the light of peace, love, and happiness. So connecting to that one being, that being of complete, pure, unconditional love, the being that knows me better than I know myself. Connecting to that one will help me to take the courage to feel my own pure love, to have mercy on myself, and to change every adversity into a victory until eventually there is only victory where I'm able to remain stable in the light of love, the light of peace. And I become a donor, a bestower of peace. Om Shanti.